So we're here at Madame Danh. It's a new Vietnamese restaurant in the Fraserhood, one of my new favorite restaurants. The renovations that they've done, I like the ambiance. My favorite dish here is the duck noodle. I think it's like a duck leg that they have there. It's sous vide. I also like the tamarind drink. Filipino culture, tamarind is mostly known as a snack. I haven't really had to try drinks, and this tamarind drink kind of reminds me of my childhood, but also I love the flavor. So this one is this is the shrimp taro salad. This one was courtesy of the chef. Prawns, some taro, and yeah, snow fungus. That looks awesome. And then here we have chicken wings with fish sauce, chicken wings. So this is the tender charred octopus. I still love my Filipino food. My favorite Filipino food is kare-kare. So it's kind of like peanut butter stew with oxtail. We use like shrimp paste. We call it bagoong. You eat that over rice. That's my favorite dish. I think so. I think growing up there was definitely not necessarily just Filipino, but there's just a lot more immigrant families that lived in the area, and there's quite a few Filipinos as well, including our family. Just in the neighborhood alone, when growing up, I probably had like 8 friends that lived within a few minutes away. We'd go bike riding, play basketball. Me and a lot of my friends, since we lived close to each other, we would carpool together to and from school, basketball practices, things like that. When we got older, we would bus together from my old high school, St. Pat's, and we would bus together to come back to the Fraserhood. Most of us kind of moved away, but a lot of my friends' parents still live in the neighborhood. My mom still lives nearby as well too. This street has definitely changed. Definitely going through a transition even as we speak. I think one of the biggest highlights of this street was that there was actually one of the first Michelin restaurants on Fraser Street, the Omakase. Now you're seeing a lot more new restaurants come up here, kind of like Cafe Dan. Zabite is one of my favorites. You have Bravo as well, Chez Celine, which is right behind us. So definitely a lot of new restaurants coming here, and I think a lot of owners, operators are trying to target this area as well. This octopus is actually really good. It's perfectly cooked. Is there a word for perfectly cooked octopus? Like al dente or something? The sauce really makes it. I have no idea what's in it. It has a little bit of a spicy kick to it, but super bomb. We're at Slow, the neighborhood coffee house. It's located on Fraser Street. I used to drink a few coffees a day. Now I've been drinking a lot more matcha. Here they have some pretty good matcha options. My favorite is the pistachio matcha latte. Every time I'm in the neighborhood, I've stopped by here to grab a matcha. Usually I'm here in the afternoon. That's when I usually need my pick-me-up. They've done a really good job with the renovation, the aesthetic inside. I think they use like some sort of plaster, and they have kind of like more coved ceilings. So it's pretty cool vibe inside, a really good menu, and obviously the location in the Fraserhood, it's super ideal. Weird thing about me is I can't have any sweets before I eat my meal, or even have sweets in the middle of my meal, or else it will ruin my appetite and I won't be able to finish my food. So if you're new to the Fraserhood, this would probably be the first coffee shop that I would recommend for sure. The reason why I think the Fraserhood now is having more cool coffee shops, trendy, more upscale restaurants is because the demographics here that are living here and are moving here, they need to be serviced. Obviously, these business owners are doing their homework. They're looking into who's living here, who's going to be the typical buyer for their kind of product or their kind of food. That's what's happening here. There's definitely a vibe, there's a culture, and I think the people in the Fraserhood would definitely appreciate new cool restaurants and coffee shops like Slow. One of my childhood homes is here on 33rd and St. Catharines. Yeah, super memorable, fun time of my life, and I think what I really enjoyed the most about it was just having a lot of friends living nearby. We probably had like 7, 8 really good friends. We would all, after school, or once we're done our homework, we would be able to go out and go bike riding, play
play with firecrackers and just go play basketball. And actually this street right here, we're on St. Catharines, we're heading southbound from 33rd. There used to be this corner store, it's called Peter's. And back then you could buy a 1-cent candy, 30 cents, and I'll buy 30 of those candies and they would probably last me for a couple days. Funny enough, this was the first street, so every year we would have a walkathon at St. Pat's. And these would be the first houses I would knock. This is where I learned how to door knock, actually. Funny enough, we still do a little bit of door knocking in this neighborhood. Honestly, I haven't really walked by this specific street in a long time, and yeah, it's definitely giving me a lot of memories. 10 or 12-year-old TJ, I would be on like a little scootering up and down the street. Yeah, no, it's so different now. It's funny because back then, you know, me and my brothers, and my sister, we could just leave the house in the morning time in the summer, and we'd get back before dinner, and no phones, nothing like that. Maybe we would come back to change clothes or something like that, or grab a drink or whatnot, but otherwise, yeah. It's really interesting how our childhood is different from the current generation. So we're right next to the house I grew up in at 864 East 33rd Avenue. Family living there has done a nice renovation, it looks like. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely a lot of fond memories here, and so yeah, it's interesting seeing how this place has been developing. Time flies. I can still remember a lot of the things, and it brings back a lot of old memories and things like that growing up around here. We're here at Grace Park. This court behind me, we'd always play basketball. We'd play pickup games with the neighborhood kids. When I was in elementary school, I thought I was so good when I was playing against other Filipinos and whatnot, and then I'd come play at this park and I get blocked all the time because I didn't know there was kids taller than 4 feet. So pretty interesting now. This park, they're doing basketball court renewal. Pretty excited to see what they upgraded to. I saw the plan. It's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be great for the neighborhood. Actually, I met a lot of friends that I still know today at this park. So this side here used to be a lawn bowling field, and they kind of took it down, and now it's where a lot of people take their dogs. These set of stairs over here is the first set of stairs that I learned how to bike down. And I fell down a few times, actually. And to be honest, I think I'd probably fall down biking here today. This is TJ with the Almodovar group. We're here in the Fraserhood. This was actually my very first vlog, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one.